When I started this week, I thought I was testing one simple problem. Does doing the creator work before I smoke reduce the regret afterwards? Monday, it looked like the answer was yes. Tuesday, I wasn't so sure. Then Thursday, I smoked before my workout and my study block, and I still didn't regret it. That's when I realized I wasn't really testing the timing of the smoke. I was testing my own assumptions. Today was the first test of this week's question. If I do my creator work first before I smoke, will I regret it less afterwards? This morning, I woke up at 4, I did my workout, I read a few pages of The Craving Mind, and I studied some storytelling before I smoked. Then, before lighting the joint, I sat down and I made a prediction in my notebook that I don't think I will regret this because I've earned it. A few hours later, I checked back in with myself, and surprisingly, the prediction was mostly right. The regret was definitely less than usual, but it still was not completely gone as I noticed itchy eyes. But I didn't have that usual feeling of I shouldn't have done that. Well, it is still day 1, so I am not ready to draw conclusions yet. But today's evidence suggests that the regret isn't coming from smoking itself. It's coming from if I smoke before I do the things that truly matter to me. Now, I am curious to see if tomorrow tells the same story. Yesterday's results made me think I was onto something. I did my creative work first, I smoked afterwards, and I barely regretted it. Today was different. I woke up mentally flat. I tried to work out, but halfway through it I stopped. I just wasn't feeling it. I sat down to start my deep work, and I couldn't. Before I smoked, I actually had a strong thought. Maybe I shouldn't smoke today. But I ignored it. A few hours later, I realized the regret. But it's not because the smoke made me feel worse. It's more because it honestly felt like I could have gone without it. So today's result doesn't really answer this week's question. I didn't do my creator work first, so I wasn't testing the same thing. What today did show me is that when I wake up mentally tired, there's a bigger chance that I am looking for ways to escape rather than to work. Now the question is, what made me feel like that in the first place? After yesterday, I really expected this morning to be a struggle as well. But it wasn't. I woke up at 4:30, I finished my workout, I read a few pages of The Craving Mind and took a few notes. I studied long form hooks, and I actually created the hook that I think I can use this week. Only after all of that did I smoke. A few hours later, and I checked back in with myself, and like Monday, there wasn't really any regret. I'm definitely noticing a pattern, but I'm still not ready to call it a conclusion. One thing that I am changing is how I use my time at work in the morning. Instead of assigning myself exercises, I'm going to reflect on my morning and turn it into a better story. So far, the days where I do my creator work first are also the days that I regret the smoke the least. Now I want to see if that pattern holds. Today, something different happened. Instead of waiting till after my workout and my study block, I smoked first. Before I lit the joint, I sat down and I made a prediction. I really thought that I was trading a better workout for a worse study block. I expected that I wouldn't be able to focus, but I was wrong. I had a great workout. I actually enjoyed studying and walked away with another idea that I can use in this week's video. By the time that I checked in with myself later, there wasn't any regret. So today kind of complicated the things. Tomorrow I will look back on the whole week and see what the evidence is actually pointing towards. When I started this week, I thought I was testing one simple problem. Does doing the creator work before I smoke reduce the regret afterwards? Monday, it looked like the answer was yes. Tuesday, I wasn't so sure. Then Thursday, I smoked before my workout and my study block, and I still didn't regret it. That's when I realized I wasn't really testing the timing of the smoke. I was testing my own assumptions. What this week showed me is that regret doesn't seem to come from one simple rule like smoke before or smoke after. It seems to be coming from something deeper. Whether I actually believe in the decision that I'm making. Sometimes I smoked because I consciously chosen to. Other times it just felt like I was following the strongest urge. And those are two very different experiences. So I'm ending this week with a better question than the one I started with. Next week, I'm not going to test when I smoke. I'm going to test what I believe the smoke is going to give me and to see if it actually delivers. I don't think this journey is really about cannabis anymore. I think it's about learning to understand my own decisions. And maybe that's where real freedom starts.